Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Buddies on Buddies, a show with two real life buddies talking about buddy action comedy movies. I'm Kenny Lane.
I'm Lucas Hill.
Here we are again. Hey, late summer. Good vibes, good tunes. Yeah. How's it with you?
It's good. What tunes?
Can't you hear them outside? Like the Beach Boys going on. Yeah.
Can't you hear them outside? Things are fine. It's hot.
Great.
Yeah, it's summer's hot.
Yeah, it's hot down there in the good old PHX.
That's Phoenix.
Yes, yes.
But that's to be expected. How was it in the PNW?
Oh, it's not too bad up here. It's still a crazy tourist season on the little peninsula beach community I live in. But I got a cat.
Oh, you got a cat?
Got a cat, and I also got diabetes. So, but they're not related. They could be. I don't know, but we'll see.
You got the beaties? How'd you find out you had the beaties?
I went in to get a test, to go to see a doctor. I do that once every 9 years or so,
Mhm.
and did my blood work. And they said, "Yeah, you're in the diabetic range," which wasn't really surprising since my dad, my mom, my sister, my whole family's got it. So,
Mhm. But you're in the range. You don't like full on have it. You.
past the pre-diabetes point and into the diabetes, but it wasn't not like crazy. My blood sugar is at 173. Past 160 is like diabetes.
Mhm.
My dad was 700
Oh,
when
Jesus. Yeah.
when they he got diagnosed. So
Well, that's like, so do you have to take pills or is it diet and exercise? What are they saying to you?
it was I'm on the very low spec. They basically said you got to lose like 40 pounds, and so no insulin or anything. But I just been on a crash diet for the past like month or so. So I've lost like 16 pounds, but I still
Oh,
got
good.
20 something to go. So
Well, everything I've read, crash diets are really healthy and they last. So,
yeah, of course.
did you get any of that? By the way, sorry, we're gonna do a movie here in a second.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you do it? Get any of that fat busting shot or whatever that's really popular now?
Oh, Ozempic.
Ozempic? Yeah.
Well, some of my family members may or may not be on Ozempic, but I don't really want to get on it. It is helpful with weight loss for sure, but from what I've heard, it's expensive if your insurance doesn't cover it, and you have to be basically on it forever, or like as soon as you get off of it, the food noise returns,
Oh.
and also giving yourself a shot multiple times a day with shit doesn't really appeal to me. So I'm just gonna do it the old-fashioned way.
Well, I haven't had my blood work done, fully done. I had it done like last year, but fully done for a few years. So I could be, who knows? You know,
Who knows?
I could be
Well,
diabetic.
I didn't realize I've been on a carb crash. They said carbohydrates. They said for diabetes, like the number one thing you got to drop because that carbs turn to sugar.
Mhm.
So anyway, so I've been on a carb like free diet for the past like month or so. Like no, pizza, pasta, sandwiches, bread, nothing. Just crackers, chips, nothing. So that's been interesting. But my mood, I'm really fucking irritable all the
Mhm.
time. That's a real like it's called like low carb attitude or something. Yeah,
You'll get used to it. And also, if you crash too hard, you're gonna fail because of all the
I never
study.
heard that.
I'm just saying you might want to not
Crash too
necessarily
hard, you
eat.
fail.
But I'm rooting for you, and I know you can do it.
Thanks, bud. Yeah.
But 16 pounds in a month is a lot. Like,
Yeah, when you start just like not eating any carbs, like the weight does tend to start flying off. It's kind of well, I didn't realize how like carb heavy my diet was. My
yeah.
favorite go-to lunch meal, except a huge like bag of white rice, just a bowl of white rice with one of those like dollar banquet pot pies on top of it, and just mushing it around. Well, like
Jesus.
a
Kenny.
100 grams of carbs right there. So to go from that to like carrots and
Wait,
turkey.
hold on. Sorry, we're getting into Stray Dog soon. That's our movie of the week.
No, yeah, no one is bite. Is anyone biting at chomping at the bit? Brisket, just get the stray dog, damn it!
They were for stopping my mom will shoot. We got comments about
Oh
get to the
shit!
movie.
Anyway,
uh so you would fill up a bowl of rice and take a
yeah,
chicken pot pie and mash it into the right rice.
no, no. Well, you take the banquet pot pie, yes, yes, and no, but you plop it like a on top.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Upside down.
it's like a upside down pot pie cake on
Mm.
top of the bowl of rice. It's very
So
filling,
you're like, so
very
this
cheap.
this pot pie, sure it is. This pot
Yeah,
pie, which is already fucking horrible for you,
yeah,
beyond being diabetic. What
yeah,
this
yeah.
is missing is a bowl of rice.
Bowl of white rice. Yeah, yeah. Although all rice is bad for you, I found out. Even
Yeah.
like what about wild rice? Like no, it's all bad.
Well, it's all carbs. It doesn't
It's
mean
all
it's
carbs.
necessarily
Yes,
bad.
it's not terrible for you, but it's like for if you're trying to cut carbs, it's really bad.
Yeah, and if you're throwing a pot pie on it, it's not gonna.
It doesn't help. Yeah, but
uh,
that's a go-to, very filling, very cheap lunch.
okay. Take it from the
That's
diabetic.
how you get diabetes.
Well, I'm sorry. I hope you pull through. I'm rooting for
Thank
you.
you.
I am looking, if you do, get too ill or I can't do this anymore, I have
Mhm.
like 1,000 people I want to take your place. So
Oh, they're
don't
lining
worry
up to
about
do
that.
this shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
started a list going down. Like,
Oh, yeah.
who's second on the list?
Mary, my wife.
Oh God,
Oh,
I would.
God.
I'll tune into that. So from my deathbed, I guess. Yeah.
What movie are we doing this week?
This week we are doing the 1949 Japanese film Stray Dog, directed by Akira Kurosawa, and starring Toshiro Mifune and the other guy. I always forget the other guy's name. It's Takashi. Excuse me, Takashi Shimura.
The great Takashi Shimura. Yes.
Yes.
And we're a buddies on buddies. We focus on buddy action comedies.
Comedies.
That's
Yes.
our niche. We've cut it out. No one else can take it from us.
Yeah.
This movie from the guy who polices me on my choices,
Yeah.
Kenny wanted to do, even though he said it might be bending the rules a little bit.
Yes.
Right off the bat, and we'll just jump straight into it because I think we had enough preamble
Well,
with.
why did we decide to cover this?
I don't know why you decided to cover this. I mean, I don't need an excuse to watch.
Wash your hands of this.
I don't need to know. I don't need an excuse to watch a good movie doing
Uh-huh.
this video podcast because we've
Mhm.
watched so much shit. So, like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'll watch this great movie that I would never watch normally, even though I love Kurosawa and everything. So
Yeah.
I don't know why you decided to do it because I try to mix in better movies that may not fit the buddy action comedy style, and you shoot me down all the
Yeah.
time,
Yeah.
admittedly, right?
So this is definitely breaking the rules. It's breaking the rules in that it's not an action movie, it's not a comedy, and also it's a really good movie. So for what I pick, it's just breaking my own rules of never picking a really solid good movie as far as what Lucas says. The reason I picked it was because this genre I pick is also the buddy cop genre is very heavy in the buddy action comedy movies. Most of the time it is buddy cop, and I wanted to cover a really old movie, like not from like pre 1970, maybe pre 1960, something like a very Turner classic movie from so long ago, and maybe something that was one of the first or the templates that started this kind of genre.
Well, it's not buddy
And
cop. We could have done an Abbott and Costello movie, and it would have fit the definition of our subgenre more than straight up.
possibly, but when I came across this one, it was like I saw like, oh, Akira Kurosawa. We both love Kurosawa, and it was basically like it start like this. Some say I'm sure there's other buddy cop action movies, whatever, before this, but it was very like this kind of created the template for that.
Oh, for a buddy
It was
cop
very,
movie.
very influential to all the things, a lot of things that came afterwards, and I could see
Okay.
that. So that's why I wanted to cover it. So and also I get to pick. So fuck it,
But I don't get that when I get to pick.
my show. Do what I want.
You'll be dead soon anyway. Okay.
Seriously.
So that's good. So it's a little bit of foundation for what this show is. You can sell it as that, a historical
Yeah.
foundation piece. We can go back a little and see what started this whole subgenre of a buddy action comedy. All right.
Well, as curators of the buddy, action comedy movies,
The leading experts.
We probably should be learned in like the whole fucking history of it too.
Yeah, fair enough. And more importantly, because we already know all this stuff because we're
Sure.
the experts, but the audience, our viewers, our listeners,
Yeah.
now they know a little bit more. So what
I
is
also wanted to give you dumb fucks little culture out there.
Yeah.
So you're welcome.
You say that as you're framed where your head's just popping up from the bottom of your screen. Like
What?
it's-
You can see my whole head, can't you?
you, yeah, you can, but you're like,
What the hell are you doing?
I'm sitting up and I'm eating the frame. I'm eating the entire frame. You
That's
see
what I'm
that?
doing. I'm eating the frame.
Do you see that? I'm filling the frame.
You're looking like off to your like right. It looks like.
Well, I'm looking at the video and then I have the camera. I try to make eye
I
contact with
just
the
look at the
camera.
camera.
So what is straight? Because it's boring. What is
It's boring to
Stray
look.
Dog?
Okay, what is like? What's a plot of Stray Dog?
Yeah,
Policeman in Japan in the late 40s, post World War II.
1949.
He gets his gun stolen on a bus, and he tries to track down his gun. And it turns out his gun is being used by this criminal who's like using it to kill people. And he ends up getting teamed up with this older, wiser detective, and they try to track down the gun and the killer.
And what did you think? I know you already said it was a great movie, but what did you think of the movie overall?
Overall, I mean, I've seen a handful of Kurosawa's movies, and none of them are like less than excellent. I really dug this one, and it was another. It's a lot deeper than most anything we cover here as far as buddy cop or buddy action comedy movies go. I don't know if it's quite. Maybe I put it up there with some of his like samurai movies or something like Rashomon or Ran or something, but I still think it's very worthwhile if you're just into Kurosawa or just classic movies in general and the buddy cop stuff.
It's very worthwhile. I thought it was a great movie. It really picks up in the second half. The first
Yeah.
half it's felt pretty boring, and I could understand anybody giving up on it because
Mm-hmm.
it's an old movie, slow paced. But then it really picks up in the second half and becomes incredibly engrossing. Yeah, it's a fantastic film, but yeah, it's not up there with this heights, but it's a smaller Kurosawa movie. Like
Well,
it's
and how many movies are as good as Seven Samurai or Ran? Or,
yeah, exactly.
yeah.
I love the way it showed off all the locations because it
Mm-hmm.
really went into the slums. They literally shot in the slums. He had his B reel director. What are they called?
Second unit.
Second unit. Thank you. He just went in and filmed a bunch of shit without people knowing he was there. Just people existing in the slums, uh,
Yeah.
so it really paid off because it's pretty fascinating. I mean, how many movies are you going to see that feature that?
Well, yeah, and it's also like just a couple of years after World War II, and the bombs being dropped on them, and it's just as even like a time capsule piece. It's very for time and place. It's almost like it keeps it for posterity. Is that the word?
Posterity.
Something like that. Uh, yeah, I dug that whole aspect, just getting to see this different side of this culture, this time and place.
Yeah, it was phenomenal. That alone is just like, and it takes its time showing off these locations too. It's not like just there's just a lot of shots of shit for no reason. Very straightforward plot. It reminded me of Bicycle Thieves.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah, it's a simple plot that kind of gets. There's a lot of subtext though that gets like put into it.
yeah, the ethics and morality and all that comes in later. But yeah, it's a very straightforward. There's not too many moving parts. He loses his gun and he's trying to find it. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Love the extended baseball sequence.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
Well, you said yeah, like you were going to say something.
Well, it just reminded me of like other like buddy cop movies that we've seen. Like there are, I was like, well, I don't know if this is going to have like anything that obviously you wouldn't call it cliche since it was back in the 40s, but it was like, oh, they've got the go to the stadium scene. Like, they go to, like, we've seen that before, like Freebie and the Bean, Last Boy Scout, where they like have to go to the stadium and there's a live, football game going. There's a few things like that that maybe like, oh, they have this kind of scene.
Especially doing it back in the day with the technology they had. It's,
Yeah.
it's really impressive. And it was just fun to see a game in Japan happening in late 1940s, and it's
Mm-hmm.
actually happening. It's just pretty cool, though it does go on for a little long.
Yeah.
We've seen a lot of hot, sweaty movies. This might be the hottest, sweatiest movie I've ever seen.
Up
It
there with
would be
Do the Right Thing is just shots of people like wiping away sweat and just
just
mentioning how hot it is. And yeah,
constantly, just I don't know if it was actually hot or they're just like
I'm
constantly.
sure that was directed in there. Like, now wipe off your breath, act like it's really fucking hot.
It looked miserable. It felt miserable. Like the dancers, they have the scene where all the women dance at the club and they run upstairs and immediately collapse under
Yeah.
fans, like a whole fucking floor of them. It's like, geez, that doesn't look fun. I love the scene, like it starts getting more messed up as it goes in a good way. Like when she puts on the stolen dress from the killer and starts dancing and spinning around in her room.
There's some very strange moments where you're like, huh.
But that was an intense, weird scene. I don't know. I loved it a lot. That's when it starts to elevate itself from a regular buddy action comedy.
Well,
Really?
but yeah, I would even call it, I think it's probably not a comedy at all. It's going for laughs like ever.
No, I
But
think the guy at the hotel who had the Elvis hair was kind
uh-huh.
of humorous.
Yeah.
The older cop, the way he acts sometimes and has dismissive lines because of experience are kind of humorous. That's as much comedy as you're gonna get.
I'm gonna go ahead and just say this movie never made me laugh.
Well, no, it
Uh
didn't make me laugh.
yeah, it's a really bad comedy.
I
It's
mean,
gonna get knocked my star rating at the end, it's gonna lose about 4 stars.
it's no Louis C.K. stand-up. Let's just put it there.
Oh, shots fired.
oh, by the way, they refer to the older cop as fat guy. Do you remember that? Did you catch that?
I didn't catch that.
She's like,
No.
"Oh, the fat guy's a cop" when she's on the phone in the hotel. I'm like,
Uh-huh.
is that guy supposed to be fat?
Well, yeah, I don't know. Is that in the script? They just hired the hired the guy, then just kept the line. But yeah, they're both the same size, kind of skinny guys.
I don't know. I think it's just a product of its time. Also, I was watching the subtitled version. I don't speak Japanese, so
Yeah.
but yeah, they're like the fat guy here is a cop. I'm like, is he supposed to be fat or is that
Well, I
considered
think
fat
they
back in the
sometimes when they
day?
translate the stuff too, it doesn't really sometimes it doesn't come up. They're not translating exactly. They're just kind of translating. It could be slang for something.
Yeah, but it was post World War II Japan, and he wasn't, I wouldn't say skinny. And also a lot of
They're both
American
pretty
things like,
skinny.
look at that fat motherfucker back in the day. And you're like, that guy's not
Yeah.
fat. What are you talking about? Maybe we're just way fatter than we think we are. Love the scene at the hotel where the killer knows he's a cop and he doesn't
Uh-huh.
know, and he's on the phone, and that's just
Yeah.
really tense. And I love every second of that. That's when
There's a
the
surprising amount of like tense scenes in this that like actually got me. Yeah.
that was good stuff. I love the post-war themes, especially when it deals with the different generations, because the older cop didn't go to war or not to the extent the younger generation did, and they came back and had to reassimilate. It doesn't
Well,
matter.
that this kind of a unique thing with this pair was that they don't really immediately dislike each other or not get along or don't like they're different because one's older, kind of wiser, knows the street, has been in it a long time. They're got kind of new cop, but it's not like they don't get along or don't work well together.
Yeah,
Like
they
I don't
don't.
like you, you like me, but at the end they have they respect each other, they love each other by the end, but like it's not really a conflict ever.
They don't have any conflict whatsoever. They don't come from different worlds or slightly different generations, but they have nothing but respect for each other. He
Yeah.
never looks down on the young guy. There's been a couple we've done where the buddies don't have that as well. This is the most notable one, but wasn't the one Vice? They didn't really the one where they're Vice cops
Which
and they're
one?
they're busting homosexuals' heads and
Oh,
stuff.
that was busting. Yeah, they
Yeah,
didn't really. Well, they had been like partners for a long time, I think, in that movie. So
that's the one that came to mind. There's another one I can't remember now, but there's a couple. But this one, like nothing but respect.
yeah,
I would not suggest that to anybody writing a buddy action comedy, but because you're not
right.
cursed well, but it worked here. I like how the older cop keeps calling him out for being an anxious bitch.
Yeah,
You know, like
yeah. It's like you got too much anxiety. You need to chill the fuck out. You're never gonna make it as a cop if you're
yeah.
so like tense.
Instead of that, just he's like, "Hey, whoa, relax," because the guy's acting like a lot of people's in movies from this era, just
Mhm.
melodramatic and over the top.
Yeah,
So it's great. He calls him out on that. It's like, you can't. What are you talking about? Oh yeah, he took your gun. He would use a different gun if he didn't have your gun. You need to like quit blaming
yeah.
yourself. I liked all that. The younger cop, I'm not going to even try their name, sucks as a cop. First, he forgot he gave his gun to the older partner, even though in my head it was like, why is he going after him? He doesn't even have his gun.
Yeah.
In the climax, he has no way to identify him, which he doesn't realize until he gets there. He didn't think of any of this stuff. I'm like, even for a rookie, I just don't think this guy's cut out to be a cop.
Cop. Well, I mean, by the end, he's kind of maybe that's kind of the arc. Like he finally is like maybe being a good cop. But they do people like call it out all the time. Like you're green, you're a shitty cop. Like Jesus Christ, what the fuck you doing? Like so. I mean, the movie comments on that a lot. You know.
But it's like I wouldn't go to the store knowing I left my keys somewhere else. You know,
Yeah.
I certainly wouldn't confront a killer not knowing I have my gun, especially since the whole story is about him not having his gun. So he gives his
Yeah.
second gun away, his last gun.
Oops. Yeah.
And then he has like, "Where's my gun?" "Oh yeah, doy." It's
Well, and then
like
so at the well, are we at the end yet? Can we talk
I
about the
well,
climax
this
scene
is
yet?
the climax, but I did like that is to say I did like when he had to put together and you go into his mind and he's like trying to figure out who this guy is, even though everybody looks
Well,
alike and he uses the details.
part made me kind of laugh because like it was like he would be having dirty pants and he just looks around the room. They do like a slow pan of like, okay, girl in a dress, no. That guy, that guy completely covered in mud, sitting right across from me. That must be him.
He's covered in mud and dressing, breathing heavily.
Yeah, yeah. Like, you need to scan the room slowly first before you realize that's the guy.
He also goes without backup. Like, what are you doing? You finally caught this fucking guy.
Yeah.
The whole city, everybody's going nuts. And you just run out there like, I'm gonna go catch him myself.
Well, and there's that scene too where he like pulls the gun on him, and they just kind of stand there staring. It's a very tense scene. He gets shot because they show like the blood dripping down, and then they kind of have a struggle, and he cuffs him and stuff. Well, not to give spoilers, I guess, but
No one cares.
yeah, no one cares. But then like they were kind of look, they roll over. They're both like exhausted. He's shot, and then it just kind of cuts to like him sitting next to his old friend on the hospital, like, well, we're good cops now. And I'm like, okay, so where were you shot? Maybe it's my EMT brain kind of thinking like it's like can you get him back to the station on your own? Like, are you going to bleed out? Like, what's going on here?
No, they did that was kind of lame, and then he just has his arm bandaged up at the
Yeah,
hospital, so he got shot in the arm. Okay, whatever. But also, it also pulled its punches. The older cop should have died. It would have been much more
yeah,
effective than pulling the punches with that.
yeah. Well, that's a cliche kind of thing at the end of the buddy cop movie when a guy's on the gurney and he's like, oh man, one deal, next time you drive, and then he kind of like, all right, and then he shoves in the, and, taps on the ambulance and drives away. Like we've seen that a lot.
I love it. It's only happened a couple times, and I can't even think of an example where someone gets shot, goes to the hospital. It's the movie thing. Well, they're in the hospital, they're gonna live, and that they
Yeah,
actually die later. Like
yeah. They get out of the hospital. It just has one of those like at the end of the movie, you see like a subtext, like they both died 2 weeks later on the job.
he died in the hospital.
Yeah.
Riggs took his own life.
He finally completed the circle.
I think that's all my notes. What do you have?
Oh, I didn't take notes.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Now I take notes for stuff like Rush Hour 3. I
Mhm.
don't need to take any notes for a 1949 Japanese, highly acclaimed movie from Japan.
It's I went on a Kurosawa kick, and I didn't even know this movie because it's definitely one of his Kurosawa kick in my 20s. Definitely one of his
Yeah. Lesser
lower.
known one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was happy to watch it, especially through the oceans of trash rewatch here. So I highly suggest it. It's free on YouTube.
Yeah. For now.
Well, Jesus, yeah, it can always change, but right now it's free on YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty solid movie. Yeah, not a lot of action comedy, but I'm glad we watched it. I'm glad to kind of like, to get some history, get some filler. And yeah, if you're adventurous, I will say 19 movies from 1940s, Megan actually got me on the kick of watching 1940s movies, but they're an acquired taste. And I'd say it takes a while. You have to be very patient before you actually start clicking in, like sitting down and watching the movie. You're probably not going to get into it till like half hour in or something.
Yeah, that would be my note to watching any older movies is you're gonna have to give it a solid half hour before you start getting invested. They take their
Yeah.
time. They don't start with action sequences that grab you.
Yeah.
They don't give a shit. But most of them are not, most of the great ones are really good, and you just have to give a half hour before you give up because it's so easy in the opening scene or
You're
the
like, fuck
opening 10
this.
minutes. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna fucking watch this bullshit. Like even this movie, I was like that. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna.
Well, that first thing where he just like, you got to walk around, look like you're desperate. And then after about 10 minutes of that, I was like, is someone going to fucking offer him a gun yet or what? Like he's been walking around desperately for a while now.
And I didn't even realize it took me a while to realize like when he's looking for his own gun, and he's in that disguise or some. I was like, is that a different character? Are we meeting the buddy?
Yeah.
It didn't
I
look
kept
like
waiting
him
for the
at
buddy
all.
too. I was like,
Yeah.
is that the buddy? Is that the buddy?
And the buddy doesn't come in. The older guy who's the buddy doesn't come in until like
Half
30.
hour, 45
Yeah.
minutes into it or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost. So how would you rate this movie, Stray Dog?
Straight up, I give it like 4 out of 5. I think it's a very solid, very good, like old school movie. Great, time capsule piece for time and place and stuff. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's up there with Kurosawa's best, but not very many movies are. So
Yeah. I would give it as a movie, definitely. I agree with you. 4 out of 5 stars. Fantastic film, especially the things they pulled off in 49, the deep
yeah.
themes. It's just fantastic. Though there is slow going in the first half. As a
Mm-hmm.
buddy action comedy movie,
Mm-hmm.
taking out the historic, let's pretend this is one of the bricks of the foundation of this giant empire that Kenny and I thrive upon.
Yeah,
It's probably a 1.5, 2 star buddy action comedy
that's it.
movie.
0. F. That's Kurosawa. You failed.
Yeah, what a hack.
Yeah,
Fantastic movie.
I didn't laugh once. That guy sucks.
Before we go, I had a question for you.
Sure.
We have some time. If we were characters,
Uh huh.
not acting, but our ourselves were
Yeah.
buddies in a buddy action comedy, what would
Uh-huh.
our archetypes be? Like, would
Losers.
you be the no. You're not listening. What would our sorry, what would our dynamic be? We'd be losers. They're almost always losers.
Yeah, yeah.
What would our dynamic be? Would you be the wild card? Would you be the tango or the cash is kind of what I'm asking, you know?
I I think it'd be like the Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd Ghostbusters. I think that would be
Yeah, but which one are you?
I think I'm Dan Aykroyd.
Okay, see here's what
I'm the brains, you're the fucking, asshole.
I think on this show, you're right.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
in real life,
Yeah.
it's the other way around. And I'm
Oh,
like,
I'm the asshole, you're the brains?
no, I'm not the brains. I'm more of the play, but I'm like, Kenny, we can't fight this guy. We gotta go. No, fuck that. No, fuck that. I'm like, Kenny, we gotta go, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, in real life, you're probably more pragmatic. Even though on this show, I seem like I'm the more level-headed guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not in real life. I'm a fucking wild card maniac. The fuck out when Kenny comes rolling into town.
What other dynamic is there other than straight laced by the book and wild card?
Yeah, it's kind of like the loose cannon and the family man. What
I
about the
guess
really dumb guy
that's good. Yeah, the
and
comedian
the pervert?
guy. Yeah. And the pervert. Which one are you?
That's what I got to figure out. Because it could be either one of us. Who's dumb? Who's a pervert?
Yeah, it seems that way. It's always like peas in the pod or it's straight lace versus, and that's what's refreshing about this one. They don't go into any like crazy.
Picture that. It's a funny idea. Okay, you have a fucking moron and a pervert, and they got to go up against the Yakuza.
What if they're both perverts? Oh, they already did that in Stakeout 1 and 2.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
What if they're both racist?
They're both racist perverts. Here's your $50 million. Make this happen.
Anyway, that's our deep dive into
Straight Dog.
Stray Dog.
Yeah.
We highly suggest it. I don't have any of my little jokes where I make you look like an ignorance.
One of your gotcha
Right,
questions at
one
the
of
end
my
where you ask
gotcha.
about the Iran or the administration or something, and then you cut away right before I answer. That's a great gag that you've done 68 times.
I don't have one today, so I think that's
Okay.
good for you. Do you have one for me? Do you want to catch me on being too progressive or something?
Catch your woke ass. Um, what do you think of that woke one talk? They're like, that was woke one.
I
Like when they're
know.
like, didn't you say to cancel landlords and cops and stuff like that? That was woke one. I said a lot of shit that.
Yeah, I think I've heard tell something like that on the. I don't. I'm really not plugged into stupid shit like that, but I'm glad you are.